I've been in the 3D printing trenches for 6 years. If you're like me, you probably started on something like one of Creality's Ender series or some other platform. You remember the golden age of tinkering, where we spent more time truing frames, fighting Bowden tubes, and leveling beds with a piece of notebook paper than we did actually printing. Lately, the internet has been flooded with reviews of the K2 Plus and the Pro. They're shiny and massive, but they're also expensive. Today I want to talk about the base model K2 combo. This is the 260mm build volume version that aims to be the everyday workhorse for the do-it-yourselfer. Is it actually the click and print appliance we were promised 6 years ago? Let's break it down. The price. Before we get into the tech, we have to talk about the price, because this is where the standard K2 absolutely wins. In Canada, the K2 Plus can run you almost $1,800, and even the Pro sits near $1,500, and those are sale prices. But here is a serious pro tip. Creality has a trade-in program that most people overlook. You don't actually have to ship them your old printer. You just go to their site, upload a photo of your old printer, and a proof of purchase. They'll send you a 10% off coupon that is stackable with their current sales. Right now, the K2 combo, which includes the Multicolor CFS unit, is often on sale for around $699. With that extra 10% discount, you can get this entire system for just over $600. For a fully enclosed, high-speed multicolor machine, that is an insane value. The K2 is a true Core XY system. On my old Ender 5, we used to get excited about printing at 60mm per second, and pushing past 80 meant the ringing was unbearable. The K2 cruises at 300 and peaks at 600. A print that used to be an overnight 12-hour commitment now finishes before I'm done with lunch. It's so fast that it actually introduces a new DIY problem, the shake. If you put this machine on a flimsy desk or a cheap IKEA table, it will shake, rattle, and roll your furniture across the room. The acceleration is so aggressive that you must have a heavy, solid workbench. If your surface isn't rock solid, the printer's own momentum will cause artifacts in your prints. This isn't your old Ender. It's a high-performance machine that needs a solid foundation. The CFS and waste. The standout feature is the CFS Multicolor unit, and it's a game changer. For years, Multicolor meant manual filament swaps or expensive, finicky mods. The CFS handles up to 4 colors, and you can daisy chain it up to 16 if you're feeling wild. It features RFID recognition for Creality filaments, so it knows exactly what's loaded and how much is left. And don't forget the automated filament cutter and tangle sensor. If you've ever lost a 20-hour print to a filament snag, you'll appreciate how much peace of mind this adds. You've probably seen people complaining about the filament poop, the little bits it purges during color changes. As a 6-year veteran, I think that complaint is totally overblown. Think about all the filament you've wasted on failed prints over the years. That purge is an insurance premium. It ensures that every single layer starts with fresh, pressurized, perfectly colored plastic. By wasting a few grams in the bin, you are guaranteeing a successful multi-100-gram print. When you factor in the near-zero failure rate, you're actually saving more filament and time than you ever did on an open-frame DIY rig. Built like a tank. In the old days, if you wanted to print ABS or nylon, you'd wrap your printer in a cardboard box or a tent. Unlike the open-frame slingers we started on, the K2 is fully enclosed. While it lacks the active chamber heater of its Pro and Plus siblings, the passive heat retention from the 100°C heated bed makes printing ABS and ASA significantly more reliable. And don't forget that it comes with a built-in air filter, which is a massive win if you're printing in a home office or a small workshop. No more smelling melted plastic all day. The slicer. I've been a Cura devotee since 2020. Switching to Creality Print feels like learning a new language. It feels a bit locked down, because it hides the 100+ settings we're used to tweaking. But the reality is, you don't need them anymore. The K2 features fully automated bed leveling using strain gauges. No springs, no paper test, no Z-offset dance. You click print, the machine feels the bed, and it just works. Verdict. For 90% of what we actually do daily, brackets, tools, figurines, the base K2 is the sweet spot. It's the appliance-grade experience at a DIY price point. It's fast, it's smart, and it finally respects your time. You get the enclosure for ABS and ASA, the multicolor capability, and a speed that makes 3D printing feel modern again. If you've been nursing an Ender or CR10 for years, you've earned this upgrade. You're trading the tinker-to-print lifestyle for a design-to-print workflow. 6 years ago, out of the box meant now spend 4 hours assembling 40 different screws. The K2 is a different beast. It arrives almost entirely pre-assembled. I had it unboxed, plugged in, and running its self-calibration within 20 minutes. The fully automated bed leveling is the real star here. I haven't touched a leveling knob or a piece of paper once. It isn't perfect. It needs a heavy table, and you'll have to manage that purge waste. But for just over $600 with the discount, it's the best value per dollar machine on the market.